So before all the growth and wisdom, who were you really?
Um, I was a confused individual, um, trying to find myself. I was lost. I was confused. I did things to please other people instead of pleasing myself. Um, my spirit was tempted. I just was overwhelmed, confused. Growing up in church, still want to be part of the streets. I could say I was confused.
Was there a moment when you knew life was either going to break you or force you to grow?
Yeah, life force you to grow to become the man that you should. When things in your life start falling apart, it's not adding up to what you thought it would. Um, Being a young father, having kids, being married at 25 years old, working, suffer from depression, struggling, having anxiety. These is all the things that you go through in life, especially as being a black man. There's some things that people don't see. So it forced you to grow up and deal with certain circumstances and situations.
What did being homeless teach you about yourself?
Um, wow, this is a great question because when I was in Pittsburgh and I lost my apartment, um, and there was a couple of us in the apartment too at the time. We all graduated from Job Corps together in Pittsburgh. We put our money together, got an apartment. I was one of the ones that was paying the rent right alongside of everybody else. But when they lost jobs and they couldn't afford it, we had to get kicked out. So I lived in a shelter in Pittsburgh for 4 months. Um, it taught me to be humble as I learned older people that been there and they stories, um, them being homeless, um, addicted to drugs, and just going through life experience itself. There was some great people that was in the shelter, but it taught me to humble myself, be blessed, um, and to understand just because somebody in the shelter, that don't mean that they a bad person. Um, and it taught me to understand people, to be a people person, to listen. Um, you can't judge everybody because of their circumstances because you don't know where they came from. So it taught me to be able to have a listening ear, not just listen, but really listen.
Mm. So in that season, right, what kept you from giving up?
Um, God. And what I say and what I mean by God is having a mother that constantly prayed for you, having a grandmother that constantly prayed for you, having friends that constantly prayed for you. Me knowing God helped me to survive a lot of situations that I've been through because if I didn't know him, I would have been broken into pieces. So that kept me afloat knowing that God had my back regardless of any situation I ever was in.
Okay, so I want to ask you something, right? You had lost a child, not like left Earth, but you had lost a child at a young age. How did not having daily access to your daughter change how you saw being a father?
Well, oh man, that's a good one, man. You hit me with all the good questions today, man. Um, Not being able to have access to my oldest daughter that's 19. Her name is Kayla Marie Lee. Um, Her grandparents took her away from me um as I was in my 20s, my early 20s, like maybe 21. Um, and it left a hole in my heart because I know that I would have been a perfect father. Um, and what I mean by a perfect father, not doing everything perfect, but perfect enough to enjoy my child that I brought into the world. So it left me feeling depressed. Um, I was hurt to the core of it. To the core of my heart, I was hurt. I was depressed. I wasn't happy. I woke up miserable. It took a chunk of my heart away from me because that's my first child. And not being able to see her grow and do the things that I ought to do as a father with her, it hurt me a lot.
All right, so you've been married, divorced, and faced consequences. How did those experiences change you?
Um, Being married and then being divorced, it changed me a lot. It opened up to my eyes about a lot of things. It's not so much a reflection of what they did to me as what I did in the situation too. Because I feel like I could have been better in a lot of situations. Sometimes I stayed in marriage just a little too long than I should. I felt like I did things because of my heart wanted me to do things, knowing that I had no business doing. So it shaped me into being the man that I am now. Um, Learning forgiveness is like the number one tool. Um, Being able to forgive, and being understanding, because we get to the point where we know that we ain't perfect people. And I had to learn that about myself. I may did some things right, but I know I did a lot of things wrong also. So it just shaped me to take accountability for my actions that I have done. And it shaped me to be the man that I am today, that mold me into the next season that I want to be walking in, um for who I am.
So looking back now, what did those relationships show you about areas you still needed to heal?
Um it taught me to be mm, it taught me to be more patient, um and to look at my situation, and if I could do it over again, it had taught me to learn patience, learn to listen, um be a little bit more understanding, because I wasn't so easy to talk to either.
But let me ask, when did it finally click that your pain wasn't there to destroy you, but to develop you?
Oh man, that's a good question. um Pain. I could talk about pain for hours, man. Some of the pain that I went through, um back in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. Me and my brother had an argument in West Philadelphia at my grandmother's house. So anytime that my grandma would leave the house, I was in control. Um, I like to look at it. I like to look at the situation like I'm my grandma's favorite grandchild, even though she have a lot. So she left me in control of everything. So having a disagreement with my brother to the point where he pulled the gun out on me, um, which was a crazy night. Like arguing back and forth, him being bitter. He pulled the gun on me, started fighting. He grabbed a knife, stabbed me multiple times, man. At that point, I had so much anger and rage inside of me. It just was crazy. Like it blew my mind to know that your blood brother, someone you love, somebody that look up to you, could be able to do that to you. Um, it was a lot of pain. Yeah, the pain. It was a lot of pain. Um, Devastated, livid at this point. I wanted to do nothing but hurt him. But me being the oldest, knowing to hurt him, it's like hurting an older lady. It wouldn't make a difference. It wouldn't matter to me. I'm not achieving nothing by doing that. And then the pain that my fiance was going through at the time, she was carrying my daughter, um, Nyla, which is my second daughter, um, and to know that she was pregnant and going through the same pain as I was going through. It was crazy to me, man. Being stabbed multiple times, having stitches, um, staples in my stomach, having a chest tube, a catheter, being in the hospital for over a month in Pennsylvania hospital. A lot of emotions went through, man. I was saying to myself, when I get better, I'm gonna kill this dude, man. Like I can't believe he did that to me. I'm gonna hurt him. Um, so much anger. Um, I'm never gonna talk to him again a day in my life. Um, he don't got nothing to say to me. He's done. He ain't my family. He ain't my brother. He ain't nothing to me no more. Um, it was a rough path in my life for me, and even my family life too. It was a rough path. Um, that's an incident that I've been through. Um, the second incident that kind of taught me how to deal with certain situations and pain is going to jail. Um, Me and my first wife had an incident. Uh, to keep it real, I shot my gun in the house. Um, and I take fully responsibility for that. Um, and it transpired into a lot of things, and I end up going to jail for 30 days. A place that I never thought that I'd be. Um, because I'm always anybody that know me, I'm always that person to talk positive, talk life into people. Um, I always was that person to help people and make a way for people. So to find myself in a situation that I never supposed to been in the first place was just crazy to me too. Um, at that point in my life, I can remember sitting in a cell just saying, I'll never talk to her ever again a day in my life. She did to me. She don't have nothing to say to me. Um, in that moment, I just felt like my life was crashing. Being married and being put to the test, it shaped you. Um, Going to jail, people saying and picking sides. Are you Christian? Are you Muslim? Um, yeah, so everybody had like their own phones. Where you from? I seen this before and heard it before, but to actually be in it was something different. And I'm just like shaking my head, like disappointed that I'm even in this situation. Um, the next thing that kind of really bothered me a little bit was my brother stealing $1,150 from me. This is another incident which like broke me. Um, because we family. You feel what I'm saying? We brothers. I'm the oldest. Like, and to have your little brother steal from you, like it's just a lot of things and events that took place that really hurt me in my life to the fact of I don't want to forgive them. Um, Even my wife at the time, but I could truly say uh that shaped me into being a better man because I learned forgiveness. Um, I learned how to separate things that took place and how to over how can I say it? How can I overcome my circumstances um and make me better? Um, because I was at the point of no return. But I honestly could say right now, me and my brother, we on a better page right now. I forgave him, I moved on. My first wife I ever was married to, which I have 3 girls by now. Um, I can honestly say, me and her is best friends right now. I consider her to be one of my best friends. If she called me, if she need me, I'm there for her. I forgave her. She forgave me. It made me stronger. It made me realize that to take another look at things because you have people that's in prison right now. Um, you have people in prison right now that wish they could have got out, that wish they had a low bill. And the situations where as though one slight wrong decision can cost you your life in prison. One split decision can cost you your life. So to be able to go through these things that I went through in my life and to be able to look at these situations. I can laugh now from these situations. I can look at it as a learning lesson to strengthen me, to make me stronger, knowing that these things that I went through, it hurt me, yes, at the core of my heart, but also through it all, God taught me to have forgiveness. And to know that I have another life outside of this. Them situations don't define who you are, they make you stronger. So I just thank God that I'm able to be strong and I'm here to be able to tell my story.
So how do you protect your peace now?
um I learned to not take things that people say personal. Like I got to protect my peace at all costs, man. I can't allow the things of the world, how I even feel about people, how people feel about me affect me. It used to, but some line along the way, it taught me to be strong. So I use that as motivation, man. I really use that as motivation. Like I just stay focused and I do what I need to do. People gonna talk regardless, whether you do good, whether you do bad. So I just use the negativity as motivation to keep pushing me forward.
So people will say forgiveness is actually weak. Why do you believe it's actually strength?
Whoo, that's a good one. You know how much strength it take to forgive somebody who did something wrong to you? You gotta be a hell of a person to forgive somebody. That's strength in itself. Being weak is not being a man or a woman and owning up to certain things and situations. But to be able to walk in a room when you know people dislike you, people hate you, people envy you, and say, you know what, I forgive you, that takes strength. That takes courage. You got to. But some people can't do it. Sometimes it's not even in you. But if you could be able to grasp to the situation and be able to forgive somebody, that take a lot of courage. That take a lot of strength to do.
Right, man. What happened to a man who refuses to forgive?
A man that refuses to give is like a man that would constantly carry a burden with him. Every day he thinking about the things that people done to him. Man, this person did this to me. Man, this person hurt me. You gonna hear these stories for 40, 50 years because they believe that they don't want to forgive nobody. They believe that they're the victim. You gonna use this as an excuse your whole life instead of fighting through it. It's gonna bother you. You can't sleep at night. You know, it's I constantly gonna be in conversations when you go places. You know, you won't heal until you learn to forgive.
Who are you really trying to become in this season of your life?
Wow, that's a good question, man. I like that. Um, Moving forth with everything 2026, um, one of my goals was for God to give me more wisdom. Um, I'm trying to become a servant for real, for real. I did everything my way. So, I pray that God give me strength, um, and forgive me for all the things that I even done wrong in 2025. And now I'm here for 2026. So I want to become a better husband when I get married again. I want to become a better father. I want God to be able to use me in ways that He wasn't able to use me because I had a hardened heart. So now that I had time, to pray, to really focus, I lost a lot of friends, I lost a lot of family, but that's okay. That was part of the plan. I really want to try to become righteous. It's a path that's hard for a lot of people, but I believe you could do anything if you put your mind to it. I want to become a better me and whole, and just really allow God to use me, man. Um I want to look at things from a different lens. Um I want to help people. I want to love on people more. Um I just want to be a vessel, bro.
I feel that, man. That's powerful. What do you want your kids to remember most about you?
I want my kids to remember that, one, that I love God, and two, that I have their back 100%, whether it's wrong or right, but I'm always going to choose right over wrong. I want them to know that their father is a hard worker. I never gave up. I always strive to be great. It's not about being the best, but it's just trying to become great, a better version of yourself. Just a better me, man.
If a man watching this right now, if a man that's angry, hurt, and tired, what would you tell him? What advice you had to that man?
If I know, or that man that's hurting, that's frustrated, that's bitter, they can't trust nobody, they have nobody to talk to, they suffering from anxiety, they suffering from depression, their soul is weak. It may sound like a coward thing to do, and it may sound like it's even church, but all you got to do is pray and really believe. You could tell God anything in the world, he ain't gonna repeat it to nobody else. He already paid the price for everything that we going through anyway. Why not talk to him? Prayer really works. Take it from a person like me. I was where you was once at. Not saying that I'm perfect, but I'm 10 times better than what I was. And this is real life. This is pain. It's hard. But prayer will change everything, and that's no lie.
Amen to that. If your life had a title right now, what would it be and why?
If my life had a title, and what would it be right now? The title of my life would be Overcomer.
Mm,
I'm an overcomer. And why? Because I overcame obstacles that could have killed me, that left me devastated, that left me heartbroken, that left me depressed, that left me having anxiety, trust issues. I don't believe in nobody. I don't trust nobody. It left me just disgusted with the way life is, period. But I overcame those things. I'm an overcomer, man. That's the title. That's the title of this. I'm an overcomer, man.
I feel that. Look, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just real conversation. I appreciate you trusting me with this. This is From the Block to Blessings, RTVN, signing out. Let them know who you is.
Yo, yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Big Curt. I want to give a special shout out to RTVN Network.